Good evening, everyone. This special work session meeting of the Lancaster City Council is called to order on Monday, December the 8th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Council item 3 will be pulled from this agenda and will return at a future work session. I would ask our City Secretary to read the first item into the record.
Receive a presentation from A.C.T regarding an architectural design concept and a renovation of 700 East Main Street to expand the animal shelter operations.
All right, City Manager.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, members of Council. The item before you this evening is to receive a presentation from A.C.T regarding expansion and renovation of 700 East Main Street for the expansion of animal shelter operations. Council, you'll recall that as a part of your strategic plan that you wanted to seek opportunities to expand our animal shelter facility, which is currently located at 690 East Main Street. HED has performed this service for numerous communities, including a recent similar project in the city of Richardson. They were here and presented to our Animal Shelter Advisory Board on November 13th. And tonight, representatives will come forward and bring forward to you a concept design following their presentation at the Animal Services Advisory Board. So we'll ask our two representatives to come forward and they'll bring a presentation to you. And your presentation is also in your Dropbox.
Thank you. My name is Ola Roos, and I'm an associate principal and project manager with HED. HED is a design firm that's been around a little over 100 years. Our local office in Dallas is a little over 40 years. And I've been with the firm 20 plus years. And during that time, we've developed a very deep understanding and experience with both community-related projects and adaptive reuse. So we have, over the last few months, worked with staff at the City of Lancaster to look at this Lancaster Animal Shelter project. And I'm going to move in. We have a short agenda. It's not going to take very long. We only have 1 or 2 slides per item. I want to start with mentioning that one of the key task approaches on this project was to align with the Council's goals for the current fiscal year. That includes being aware of the economic resources, facilities, and how to improve the services, the community services, in this case for animal shelter purposes, and in the process provide safe and healthy environment both for staff, animals, and the public. So in this, for this project, we were looking at how to utilize the 700 main building, the current or the previous community development services facility and storage space, as well as the current animal shelter facility at 690. So the 700 building is about 6,700 square feet. We are looking at around 3,000 square feet to meet the needs as we understand them from the city staff in our conversations. And there are a few key elements that we want to make sure we would get covered, and that's intake with exam and kennels, a cat suite, adoption space, and space for community functions. There's also code-related items we need to look at, such as ADA compliant restrooms. And we also wanted to see about the improving the lobby, the public interface. The existing kennel building, we're looking at doing general upgrades to the mechanical, electrical systems, and maintenance to provide the same level of facilities and services. So I'm going to hand it over to Mark to talk about.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Mortimer. I'm the lead designer for HED on this project. So I'll just kind of walk you through the space and then show you a few pretty pictures that we developed. So if you look at the plan, as you enter, there's an entry there at the very west side of the building. You'll enter into the reception area. As you move to the reception area, there's intake and also quarantine for both dogs and cats on that side. As you proceed further into the reception area, there's a cat suite where there'll be a large glass wall that you'll be able to look in and see the cats. You can also come in and visit the cats if you want to do a meet and greet, maybe to see a cat for adoption. Behind that is a cat workroom. As you move further into the lobby, it's a very big open space where you'll go to the service counter, and as you proceed through the service counter, there's the reception area, waiting area, with a lot of seating there looking into the space. And there's also 2 meet and greet areas for dogs, so you can find a dog that you like and come out and spend a little time with them, spend a little time with the dog and your family to visit. As you move further in, we've got a bank of restrooms, and then that's kind of the public area. There's also a door there that opens up. There's a couple offices in that space, and also a large conference room that also is a community room for special events. And then as you proceed further into the building, there's both kennels for small and medium-sized dogs. Then you go through a vestibule there into there's a dog workroom and a storage area. And also, as you go further, there's also a large dog area, kennel area, with maybe some potential for some outside kennels as well, kind of an inside-outside where you could be able to go in and out of. Further to the right, but off the screen, there could be a room for kind of an exercise area for the dogs. So I'll take you to, that's kind of the plan setup, and I'll take you to some more pictures to describe the space. This is just we did a Revit model, so this is kind of like cutting the top off the building and kind of looking in and being able to see the spaces. It gives you, it's the same as the plan, but gives you a little bit better view of what those spaces look like. And then here's a view looking from into the space from the waiting area. You can see the reception desk. That has that existing glass block as part of the building already. So we're really not doing anything to the exterior. We're just, the exterior's good shell. It's got good bones. And so we can really open up the interior space. That'll let those glass block will let a lot of natural light, filtered light into the space. And we've got a nice open area. We're thinking that area behind the desk would be a nice place for maybe have a local artist do some kind of mural in that area. So we're kind of showing an example of what that could be. As you look further back into the space, you can see that glass wall, and I've got a better view of that for the cat area. So here's that view that you can look in, and you can see the cats in their kennels, and you can see there's even some cat toys. You could even have that door closed and let some cats kind of play around in there, and while you've got a few visitors there looking at the cats. So here's another view into the lobby, but looking into the dog meet and greet. So the meet and greet, there's 2 separate spaces for dog meet and greet. It's very accessible for a good view from the staff in the work area, but they also can see into those 2 rooms. But each room has a half wall, and you could have a meet and greet with a dog in that area. they're thinking a lot, open space, bright colors, fresh, clean space. I think that's it. That's all we got.
All right.
So, if y'all have any questions for us, we'd be happy to answer.
Council, do you have any questions?
I had a question.
Sure.
All right.
I was just curious, and of course, I know it's just a rendering, but at that open workspace, you have like 6 positions. And I was just curious why is that supposed to be with their each person that works in the shelter, that's their work area? Or they don't?
Yes, ma'am. Each one would have, I don't know if you, I guess this is the one that's got that view on it, but yeah, each person would have a little workspace in that area so that they could work and also be able to interact with the public.
Any other questions?
How many kennels? How many dog kennels?
So in addition to, we're probably double the amount of kennels that you have right now for dog kennels. And of course, you don't have any cats now, so it'd be quite an improvement in cats. We're thinking maybe about 50 possible cats.
Can you go back to the slide where the roof is off the building?
Yeah. Oh, a little too jumpy there. One more. Where the roof's up. This one. Yes.
So up in the box, the picture in the box, that's where the dog kennels are, all in that end of the building.
Right, on that far upper right-hand corner. That at the very far right-hand corner is the larger dogs, and then as you move back a little bit into the building, there's the medium-sized dogs in that area.
Okay. And then, so as you come this way, then we have medium-sized dogs. So there is a difference between the sizing of the kennels because of the dogs. and
Right,
the size
it would
of
just
the
be
dog.
smaller kennels for the smaller dogs.
And then as you come forward, what is that area? It looks like white tables and chairs. What is that?
So that that would be kind of a multi-purpose space. So it could be both meeting space for staff, a
Okay.
break room for staff,
Okay.
and then also can be big enough to hold a small community event there.
Okay. And then we have workstations.
And then there's a couple offices there, and next to that, adjacent to that, and then as you move over from that, there's the 2 meet and greet areas.
So
Yeah, the
basically,
restrooms in between.
Restrooms in between. Thanks, Ola. Restrooms in between, and then you can move over to the meet and greet areas.
so this would be a question for staff. I would assume then that the animal control officers would be housed in that facility. And that would be their workspace, their office space to receive and data. Okay. So a third of it would be kennels, a third of it is workspace, and a third of it's for the public.
Right.
Basically, is what
Yeah,
I see.
that's a pretty good
Okay.
description. Yes.
And this is in addition to 690, not in placement of. We will still have 690 as well.
Right, and 690 would be worked on for another project, but that would be transferred into for the animal
It's
shelter.
still, right, it's still.
But it would be a specialty.
It's in addition, we just redid, we did the remodel work at that facility. So this is in addition to that.
So it'll be additional. Yeah.
This is an additional kennel space that in addition to what you already have.
And I don't know if this is I think this would be a question for staff. So are we, this still would be a shelter or a kennel, okay? This is not an adoption agency,
We're still Lancaster Animal Shelter, correct?
still animal shelter.
We do work to adopt out our animals.
Right, yes, okay. All right.
Great. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have an estimated cost on this remodel?
We don't at this time. At this time, it's really just preliminary. We're just kind of trying to get the ideas out there and make sure we're meeting the needs.
Okay. Thank you.
Councilmember, the next step will be if you all are okay with the concept, then they will go back to work on estimating cost. This is for you all to receive get your concept and designs in first. That's kind of the order of this process.
Right.
All right.
Tell me again how many, you said the large kennels, or is that total of the dog kennels was 50, or is it?
Well, on the
I
cats,
saw you had medium and then you had large.
yeah, between the medium and the large, right now, and this number could be flexible, but right now, I think we're showing about 40 additional to what you have in the other building. And then of the cats, we think that you could be about 50 cats in the space as designed. But
So
of course,
this is only 700, this isn't this, or this is
This is 700,
This is
not
just-
690.
that's
all
right.
right, 690 is just gonna be totally the kennels and everything. You're not,
Still have your same
So you'll still
setup
have the
that you
same
have.
setup there. We're just going to renovate that, just with upgrade it with.
well, I know they've been working on doing the floors and
That's
the
been done.
kennels and
That's
stuff
been done.
right now.
That's been done.
Right. So, okay, because that was in the budget already.
That was
to do
already
that,
complete.
To upgrade
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
So that, with this 40 and with what the other kennels we do have, that would give us a total of how many kennels?
I was looking for our shelter staff, but, oh, there they are, right here in my face.
Well, yeah. Oh,
So we currently have 40 in the current facility.
So that would give us a potential of 80.
Yes, ma'am.
excuse me, I would ask you to not speak while the meeting is in session. Thank you. All right, go ahead.
That would give us approximately 80.
Okay, wow, okay.
Any other questions? All right, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That moves us to item number 2, City Secretary.
Discuss the North Central Texas Government NCTCOG Principles of Development Excellence.
All right, City Manager.
Yes, Mayor, members of council, during your strategic planning session in June of 2025, you requested that staff bring you back an item to discuss the North Central Texas Council of Governments 12 Principles of Development Excellence. And the purpose of this item is, one, to share those 12 principles as outlined by the COG, as well as to receive direction from the council as to how and if you all would like us to further explore or bring additional information forward related to these 12 principles as they relates to our development services, operations, and programs.
All right. Council, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I know that this is something that a number of years ago that was brought forward, and at that, but I think it's a very positive move on those guiding principles to have them, because they're very broad, to be able to add in with our comprehensive plan and other principles that we have, because we have been recipients from COG for development of excellence in several areas that were related to these points. So I hope that we would consider adopting these.
Well, I just like the idea that we can actually enhance that which we have, utilizing these different principles that are actually being presented.
Right, any other questions or comments?
I do have one other question, and that is, do we know other cities that have adopted these?
I don't have a list of any cities that have adopted. We can gather that info and come back.
All right, any other comments or questions? All right, council, that concludes our business for our special work session, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
A second.
There's been a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, we're adjourned at 7:20. That moves us into our regular meeting. This regular meeting of the Lancaster City Council is called to order on Monday, December the 8th, 2025, at 7:20. At this time, we would have Pastor William Goodwin with Grace Deliverance Bible Church to do the invocation, and afterwards, our pledge of allegiance will be by Council Member Stanley Jaloski. I would ask everybody to stand, please.
If you bow with me, most holy and gracious God, well, we come before your throne of grace, humbly, God, and submissive, God. We come because you're the source of our strength. God, you're our power and our might, God, and we commit ourselves to you humbly tonight, God, that you will invoke your power, your knowledge, and your wisdom, God, that may it be imparted upon your people, God, and we pray, God, that you'll have your way. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please face the flag and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I have one proclamation tonight, Chuck Birch Day. Whereas the city of Lancaster proudly celebrates individuals whose vision, perseverance, dedication have left a profound and lasting impact on the lives of young people through education, mentorship, and community service. And whereas Mr. Chuck Birch stands as a shining example of such leadership, having devoted over 25 years to empowering youth and expanding access to higher education through the founding of the Chuck Birch Scholarship Fund and Skating for Scholarships to transformative nonprofit organization born out of Lancaster. And whereas since its founding in 2000, the Chuck Birch Scholarship Fund has awarded more than $300,000 in scholarships, proving that grassroots initiative, when driven by passion and fueled by community support, can unlock extraordinary opportunities for future generations. And whereas under Mr. Birch's visionary guidance, what begun as a single community gathering has involved nationally recognized week of celebration, merging culture, civic pride, and purpose to inspire unity and generosity and action. And whereas Mr. Birch's unwavering dedication, even in the face of personal health challenges, embodies joy and spirit of service that defines both his character and his mission. And whereas the city of Lancaster is proud to honor trailblazers like Mr. Birch, whose integrity, compassion, and commitment to uplifting others to continue to enrich our community and create brighter future for countless young lives. Now, therefore, I, Clyde C. Hairston, by the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Lancaster, Texas, along with the city council, do hereby recognize Chuck Birch Scholarship Foundation and Chuck Birch Day for their extraordinary contribution to education, mentorship, and community building, and encourage all residents to join us in celebrating their enduring legacy and positive impact on the youth of Lancaster and beyond. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and have caused the seal of the city of Lancaster, Texas, to be affixed this 8th day of December 2025, Clyde C. Hairston, Mayor of the city of Lancaster. And I believe Mr. Chuck is here. Council, join me in congratulating this young man for being a mentor and a positive force in our community. It's my pleasure, sir.
All right, on the count of three times. 1, 2, 2, 3. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. Last time, Councilman. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Would you care to say anything?
Just one more.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
one. On behalf of the Chuck Bird Scholarship Fund, my passion for the city of Lancaster is constant. And even though I've been serving for 25 years, I look forward to 25 more years of investing in the youth and Lancaster as a city. Thank you for the recognition.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good job. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, council, item number 9 will be pulled from this agenda and will return at a future meeting. At this time, citizens who have pre-registered before the call to order will be allowed to speak on any matter for a length of time not to exceed 3 minutes. No council action or discussion may take place on a matter until such matter has been placed on the agenda and posted in accordance with law. Anyone designed to speak on an item scheduled for a public hearing is requested to hold their comments until the public hearing on that item. City Secretary.
We have Solomon Bachman, 1219 Wildwood Trail, Lancaster, Texas.
I don't know what he's doing. Christmas boxes.
Don't worry, it's not $63 million.
Darn it.
As the city secretary said, my name is Solomon Bachman. I think you guys know me. And I'm a proud resident of Lancaster and an organizer with ACT Lancaster. I'm here to voice my strong opposition to the item which you pulled, the proposed new city hall under a public-private partnership with Spectrum Properties Incorporated. This project would saddle our community with a 30-year lease totaling over $63 million in payments, and it represents a risky, unnecessary burden on the taxpayers and threatens the heart of our historic town. First, I'd like to present you with this petition. And you guys can share. So if you guys want to take it, I'll put it here. If you don't want to take it, City Secretary. And I'll leave one here for Councilman Mejia. Signed by hundreds of residents of the city of Lancaster. In organizing with ACT, I've had many discussions with many people about my thoughts about the City Hall. My assertions are twofold. First, this is not the time for a City Hall. We have many infrastructure issues like galvanized pipes, water pipes. We have clay sewer pipes. We have streets like Bear Creek that we just redid that's already falling apart again. We have a bridge on Houston School that we had to close on an emergency basis that hasn't been repaired, and the route to Detour is full of potholes. We have more pressing needs. There are better places to put a new city hall. And, you know, really, the people of Lancaster should have a chance to vote on this, instead of just the city council, and have a chance to speak into it before we're committed to this. I've heard it said that the city hall is driving the economics of the square, And that may be true right now, but it's not sustainable in the long run. So we need to have a transformational vision that can bring actual new people to the city square, not the same people, and just shift those people into a new building. I've heard developers in Lancaster talk about adding retail and green space, but we can do that without moving our city hall and building a new one. That's just a horse trade for a new building that gives the city government a new building to get nice new things. If the goal is to revitalize downtown Lancaster and we have to spend money, what could we do with $175,000 a month? Absolutely. And a grant to revitalize houses. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, City Secretary.
Jim Smith, 754 Mill Creek Road, Lancaster, Texas.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak. And I also want to speak on the City Hall. As I read the proposal that was pulled from tonight's agenda, so that we were going to enter into an agreement with Spectrum for the design, the build, and the finance of the City Hall. I wrote down that's a lazy approach. I don't believe you are lazy. But I believe this is an easy approach. Why, under one umbrella, are you going to tie yourself and your money to one developer, one contractor? And there's no interest for them to look for ways to save money. You can go out independently and find a number of engineers, architects within the Dallas-Fort Worth area that can design a 30,000 square foot building for less than $50 or $500 a square foot. $15 million, you can have something built and designed. You don't have to waste money. Why tie up good property on the town square when you have already down the road here, you have a library, you have a senior citizen center, you have a activity center, you have the police and fire department building. They're all owned on city property. Move it down there. Then you have this to develop. Why waste good property? I know it's sat there for 30 years because of a tornado, but you can still find ways to put that money back into the city on the square that can bring in revenue for us and move and have a beautiful site down there with plenty of room which people know where to go. I've heard people say, well, I don't know where City Hall is. They know where the senior citizen is. They know where the library is. They know where the rec center is. They know where the police department is and the fire department. So utilize what you've already got. But don't destroy what you have. It's a key that could be a key development to the city of Lancaster. And if you're going to put something on the square, I beg you to condemn that horrible looking property across the street that used to be a car wash that you might as well put a sign up that says, this is the ghetto area, come on in. If you're going to beautify Lancaster, beautify it by the improvement of what you've already got. And take advantage of what's good. Thank you.
Okay, we have Gerald Dallas Anderson, 315 South Center.
That would be me. Well, I'm here to speak against it as well. And look, I know that when you guys all get elected to city council, that you want to leave a legacy, you want to do something good for the town that you can say, look, I got this built, I got this done. But your number one job is to take care of the people of this town. The people come first. And our square, you know, first of all, if you go do this building there, you're going to have to tear up Center Street, which you just got through rebuilding not too long ago, because there's only a 6-inch plumbing line down the middle of it that serves the whole square, and the gas line and the water lines, and you're going to have to cut a hole down the middle of Center Street to redo it all. And you're going to have to consider that cost too. But look, a better use for the square would, why don't you talk to Marco's dad, have him come in and build some buildings similar to the buildings that are already there that you can rent out to people who want to come in and start a new business. Some entrepreneur that wants to come in and start a small business on the square. Okay? And what about that lot where the old Minyards building used to be? Why not talk to some company like Aldi, who one of their buildings would fit perfectly on that lot, and it would be in keeping with the historic nature of the square. There used to be a grocery store there. Let's have a grocery store there again. And my God, you got all that land up there next to the police and fire department where you could build this thing you want to build up there. Much better location. And I don't think any one of you, if you live down there on Center Street where I live, would want that building there. Or to put up with the construction, or our road getting torn up, or no more access to coming up Center Street to the square. That is not in keeping with the historic nature of this town or the historic nature of the square. Please, please, if you really think you have to have that building, go put it up there. That's right. Yeah. Go put it up there where you got all the room in the world. Now, I come from a family of builders. My granddad built the Dallas Memorial Auditorium. My uncle put the geodesic ball on top of Reunion Tower. My whole family's been building houses their whole lives. If you'd have come to me to get those buildings remodeled that you're remodeling over here on the back side of the square, I could have done it for half as much. You need to consider not wasting so much money. You need competitive bids. You need to do this better. And I wish you would please consider all that. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Edwin Smith, 616 Yale Drive, Lancaster, Texas.
Hi, how are you doing? I would like to just piggyback off of what the gentleman just said. Excuse me? Oh. And I just want to piggyback off of what he just said, because the square is a historic place that we all enjoy. You know, they have little outings there, and people all come out and have fun and enjoy each other. Enjoy just being here in Lancaster. If you take that place, that's going to just really destroy the whole fabric of Lancaster, because we enjoy going there. Okay, like the gentleman said, they can move it in a different place. You can utilize that money that you're going to spend on that for something else. The streets need to be fixed. Different things that need to be repaired around here that's going unnoticed. I go to the gym a lot. There's a bunch of gym people up in here tonight, and the gym is falling apart. And we asked them about this, that, and the other. Oh, it's not in the budget. But you can find this kind of money to build another building. $63 million for another building. It doesn't make sense. So, I just want to speak on their behalf and all the gym people that's here that goes to the gym that, that we're concerned about the situation. And so I feel that this is, very unnecessary for the city of Lancaster. Do you have anything to say?
This is my husband, and I'm his wife, Kalisha Smith, and I feel the same exact way. We are very faithful members of the recreational center down the street. I drive through Lancaster all the time. We only been here 7 years, and I see so much that can be improved in the city. Yes. Okay, and I'm saying to myself, you want to take $63 million and put into a city hall? There's a building right down the street that's been vacant for years. Yes. No one's touched it. The city hall can go right there. Just tear it down and put it there. It's right next to the gas station right there. That would beautify that area right there. And as far as a recreational center, please, please, we were told you have a cleaning crew that comes in there every night. There's no cleaning crew that comes in there. The floors are so filthy. I want to take my mop and mop it. And that's not fair to us as taxpayers, as city, the city people. I mean, we have so many people here representing the gym tonight, and we love our gym. We love our community. I pray for this community. I pray for the city. I pray for us all. But we have to improve Lancaster, not by a city hall for $63 million, but by other things that will bring more people into this community. We already battling with the trucks. That's not fair to us. The holes in the street, you just patched them up this summer. Right in front of our house, right in front of our street, the holes are back. You beautify the center of the streets. There's a problem coming out the high school. If one of you will come down there. If you come out of that high school, there's bushes blocking coming out of that high school. That's an accident waiting to happen. I was the one who called when it was raining. I used to walk to the recreational center and look at the floods. Oh, I'm sorry. But everything needs to be improved.
Thank you.
Next, we have Tasha LaFleur, 645 Francis Street, Lancaster, Texas.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and fellow residents. I'm here tonight in support of building a new city hall. Our city is growing, our needs are expanding, and our staff and residents deserve a modern, efficient space that reflects where Lancaster is headed. At the same time, this process must be rooted in transparency and community involvement. We don't have to look far to see examples around us. Hutchinson recently approved a $14 million city hall and event center. Mesquite, they updated their complex, and we understand that Dallas is facing extremely high repair costs because upgrades were delayed for too long. All of this tells us one thing: the cost depends on the vision, and that vision should be shaped with the people. Not long ago, Lancaster paid a third-party firm to survey residents on what we want for our community: more parks, eateries, trails, and family-friendly spaces, and many of us participated. So before final decisions are made on design, features, or budget, I'm asking that we hold a public workshop or focus groups so residents can help shape this investment and understand what we're building and why. Now, we can look around the room and see we're packed shoulder to shoulder. We've clearly outgrown this space. For years, we've said that the future is coming. Well, the future is here, and the time is now. And as we move forward, we got to remember our children and our youth, your grandchildren. Maybe they inspire to be sitting on city council or even in our mayor's seat. A new city hall building is needed. It's a foundation of our children's, our grandchildren's future, and a message that Lancaster believes in its people. And I believe the time is now. The time for our youth is today. Thank you.
We have Jeremy Reed, 327 South Center, Lancaster, Texas.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Excuse me, Jeremy Reed, 327 South Center. I've lived in Lancaster for 28 years. I'm a very proud resident of this city. I received a letter in the mail about item 14, the one that's going to be on public hearing today. I received it before it went to Planning and Zoning Commission. It said, "Do you want to speak in favor or in opposition? Would you like to come speak?" I mailed a letter in. I wasn't able to make the meeting. I received another one before tonight's meeting, and it said, would you like to speak in favor or in opposition of this item? I showed up tonight. We need the same kind of openness and transparency about the items that are coming on here that you know that residents care about, like the spending and the location and the planning of the Lancaster City Hall. I was not made aware by my council member or by city staff that there was a plan over a year ago for the new City Hall potentially being located 4 doors from where I'm raising my children. I didn't know till a week ago because nobody mailed me a letter. This has not been done in the open. It has not been done transparently. I work for the city of Dallas. My department has about the same amount of staff as this entire city. And let me just say, I understand deferred maintenance costs, as the last speaker said about the Dallas City Hall, $300 million in deferred maintenance cost. I've worked in some pretty shabby buildings as a city of Dallas worker. I want good spaces for our Lancaster staff. I really do. But everybody knows in the city of Dallas how much that city hall is being discussed. And the city council called for city staff to do a thorough assessment, to release that assessment, to let the people see it, and to work on it through committee in open meetings, transparently on recorded meetings, continually until a decision is made. And we don't know if they're going to demolish it, repurpose it, refurbish it, or sell it to the Mavericks. But it's all being done in the open, and I can appreciate that, and that's what we're asking for here tonight. I love that y'all discussed the North Central Texas Council of Government Principles of Development Excellence. I hope that you adopt them. I think that they're good principles. I think on the agenda it said something about, I may be wrong, I thought it said receive a presentation on these principles. It may not have. Hopefully you all received them. I've reviewed the website myself. Please allow me to read from principle number 12, implementation. I lost it. Here we go. This is the last line of the last principle from North Central Texas Council of Governments, Principles of Development Excellence. Involve citizens and stakeholders in all aspects of these planning processes. Thank you.
Next we have Emily Reed, 327 South Center, Lancaster, Texas.
Thank you. Hello. I'm the wife of that handsome man up here that just spoke to you. And I wanted to come up here to thank you all for being here. I appreciate you, and I value you, and I know that this takes time and effort. So thank you. Thank you all. I would like to speak in favor of for the number 14. I am in favor of it. I have seen the plans that Brad has put together. I think that they are beautiful. And I believe that they would complete the 4th corner of our square, which was demolished with the tornado in 1994 and has been so sad to see it just sit there empty and vacant with the tile pieces that are still on the ground. Like, my kids walk over there regularly and we pick up the little tile pieces because they're still sitting there since 1994. And so I would love to see this lot developed, and I think that the plans are beautiful. It'll bring more people to our city, so I'm in favor of that. I would like to speak on the City Hall. I am very concerned that none of my neighbors have been informed about any of these plans that you guys are talking about, that there's just been a very much of a lack of communication, which then in turn builds lack of trust for the residents. I'd like to advise the council to seek other counsel. There are lots of small towns that are doing a great job with their cities, that are bringing people in, and they are maintaining their historical integrity of their squares. And so I'd like to advise you to just beg you to please go and look and study and see what these towns are doing, see what they're doing, talk to people, find out how we could implement some of these things into our square. If you guys are for the people and you care about the people, then start having these conversations with the people, because we care. We care about our town square. We would like to be involved, and so please give us that opportunity to be involved. Thank you.
We have Stephen Smith, 1365 South Center, Lancaster, Texas.
Stephen Smith on Greenbrier? Or another Stephen Smith?
Greenbrier, I'm sorry.
Okay.
1365 Greenbrier, Lancaster, Texas.
Yes. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council members, staff. Thank you, first of all, for your service to our city that we love. It's not always easy to be in your position, and I get that, and I understand that. I'm not here to criticize you. It's a tough job you have. What I want to say to you is that I am in opposition of the proposal for entering into the lease with Spectrum Properties for the building of the new City Hall. I've resided in Lancaster, and I know it's hard for you to believe because I don't look that old, but I've lived here since 1959. My parents moved here when I was a young child. This is my home. I love Lancaster. I met my wife here in Lancaster. We both are graduates from Lancaster ISD. We married. We built our home on, we bought our home on Greenbrier, where we still reside, at 1365. We raised our family, our 3 children, who all attended and graduated from Lancaster ISD. We love this town. We've invested our lives, our money in this town. We live here. We worked here. My wife worked in this town for many years. I worked for the county. And let me get back to my notes. We married and bought our home in 1987, where we raised our family. Over the past many decades, we've watched this town change. And I can tell you, there's been a lot of change. Some great, some not so great. Like you, we drive down the roads here in town, and we see the condition of our roads, the residential and business properties, which in many cases have become a disgrace. I personally avoid driving down my own street, the 1300 block of Greenbrier, because of the terrible condition. I would invite you, council members, to just drive down 1300 block of Greenbrier between Blue Grove Road and Rolling Meadow, just to see the condition of that road for yourselves. I suspect that if you lived on that street, that you would probably pick the phone up and call your local city and ask them to do something about it. Over the past few years, I've personally filed many code violation reports through the code enforcement city website, trying to get things done, things changed. And in July of this year, I personally went to the code enforcement office, went in person, explained the situations, the problems with code violations, deteriorating properties, fences in disarray, overgrown grass, not just on personal property, but on city property. I'm opposed to the new proposal for the City Hall. I'm asking that you vote against and come up with a better plan.
Okay, we have Irene Mejia, 1500 West Main Street, Lancaster, Texas. I do not wish to speak, however, please record my opposition for agenda item 9. Devra Serval, 4169 Portwood Drive, Lancaster, Texas. I do not wish to speak, however, please record my opposition for agenda item 9. Victor Buchanan, 1243 Margaret, Lancaster, Texas. I do not wish to speak, however, please record my opposition for agenda item number 9. Kim Molador, 1232 Sandalwood Trail, Lancaster, Texas. I do not wish to speak, however, please record my opposition for agenda item 9.
All right, is that everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right, council, that moves us to our consent agenda. Items listed under consent agenda are considered routine and are generally acted in one motion. The exception to the rule is that a council member may request one or more items to be removed from the consent agenda for separate discussion and action. And I would ask the city secretary to read those consent agenda items into the record.
C1, consider a resolution amending Resolution 2022-12-103 with Tyler Technologies for the city's Enterprise Resource Planning System for utility billing. C2, consider a resolution approving an agreement with the University of Texas of Arlington, UTA, to perform engineering services for plastic road research and implementation for road reconstruction in an amount not to exceed $173,083. C3, consider a resolution approving the terms and conditions of an interlocal agreement by and between the City of Lancaster and Dallas County to provide certain food establishment inspections and environmental services. C4, consider a resolution ratifying the terms and conditions of the FY 2024-2025 interlocal agreement with approving the terms and conditions of the FY 2025-2026 interlocal agreement by and between the City of Lancaster and Dallas County Department Health and Human Services to provide certain health services. C5, consider a resolution approving the interlocal agreement between the City of Lancaster, Texas and Dallas County, Texas on behalf of Dallas County Health and Human Services for the receipts and use of emergency medical services data for the overdose response team. C6, consider a resolution approving the proposal of local agreement for the disposition of forfeited contraband pursuant to Chapter 59 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure with Dallas County Criminal District Attorney Office. C7, consider a resolution approving terms and conditions of an agreement with Dallas Area Agency on Aging, DAAA, for continuation on the congregate meal program for the Lancaster Senior Life Center. C8, consider a resolution approving the terms and conditions of a 3-year agreement with OpenGov, Inc. for budgetary planning software in amount not to exceed $277,863.57.
All right, council, you heard the consent agenda items. What's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve
I'd
consent.
like to pull item 2, please.
Okay.
Okay. Did you second?
And I'll second the consent agenda other than pulling 2.
Yes.
I'd like to pull 2.
All right.
So 1 through 8 extending, with the exception of 2.
2.
So I second that.
All right. You heard the motion in the second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say I abstain. All right. Councilmember Carroll.
So, a lot of citizens may not know that we did have recently at a work session, the professor from UT, not UT, from Arlington, who is, that they have worked and have expanded a plan and program and have actually have done roads recycling plastic bottles. And so the technology is there, it's in place, and that we are, and so for Lancaster to be on the cutting edge, to be involved with this, because this is not something that is a fly-by-night deal. This is something that's real. The fact that it can impact and taking the plastic water bottles out of filling up our landfills and being recycled, and to be able to drive on it with a surface that's going to last longer than some of the others. So I think it's, I personally think it's really cool that we, Lancaster, have been able to work with this professor and his team to be able to have this somewhere in Lancaster to enhance our roads that would potentially last longer than some of the existing roads. So I just wanted to make this because just reading the article, many of you do not watch all of our work sessions, but he did the presentation, was it June 6th?
October 20th.
October 20th. So go back and look at it. He's been on TV. He's been on national TV talking about this, and he actually is working with TxDOT and has roads that are out there being driven on today. And to have this unique opportunity in our community, I think is really cool. So with that, I move to approve item.
But I wanted
consent agenda two.
I wanted the city manager to explain
Yes.
that we're not paying for research.
No.
We actually paying for services.
Yes, we are
that's
paying
going
for
to
service.
improve our roads and to the point where they will last or outlast some of the material that's already on our roads.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. That's good.
And I also understand that he is going over in foreign countries and implementing this also, because in the presentation, he talked about building roads over in other foreign countries doing this exact same thing. So this is not something that's just over in Arlington. This is something that's national, international for us to be a part of it. So
And another,
I don't know, City Manager, if you have anything else to add to that.
Another point of interest, along with this reconstruction of the plastic, he has actually gotten a contract with the state of Texas, with TxDOT.
Right.
So it has actually been, and it is being utilized. He has already, it has come to fruition, and it is actually working. So we're in hopes here in Lancaster, because if anybody knows anything about Lancaster, it's our roads. So this is one of the things that we do not want you to think that we're not working on said issues, that we are definitely doing.
All right.
And I made a motion to approve item 2, and
I second.
All right. There's been a motion and a second to approve consent agenda item number 2. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say I abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 10. City Secretary.
Discuss and consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an amendment to Chapter 380 agreement by and between the City of Lancaster and Briar USA, Inc. to extend dates to obtain a certificate of occupancy and maintain an active operation from December 31st, 2030 to December 31st, 2032, and related charges, and establish an effective date.
City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, our Economic Development Director, Shane Shepherd, will be the staff liaison on this item.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and City Manager. The agenda before you is an amendment to a 380 agreement between the City of Lancaster and Briar USA, Inc., which is an industrial bakery that came to you last November to request an incentive. What the company does is that they'll be bringing a 150,000 square foot facility, investment of $150 million, 111 jobs. Jobs pay about $70,000 apiece, and they were going to do that by 2030. And in return, we were going to offer them a 55% tax rebate for that phase 1. And then if they did phase 2 and phase 3, each phase would have their separate 10-year abatement also. So what this does, it extends the start date to 2032 and pushes everything back by 2 years. And the reason why they're asking for this is that they get all their machinery from France, which has a 15% tariff on it right now. So it increased their costs that they didn't foresee happening in the first place. And so they're still coming, but just delayed what they're doing. And so they're asking for a little bit of grace to have an additional 2 years to either certificate of occupancy, pushing everything out 2 years. And if so staff recommends approval, and if y'all have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Councilor, do you have any questions? All right. What's your pleasure?
I move to approve item 10.
I second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 10. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say no. Those who abstain say abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 11, City Secretary.
Discuss and consider a resolution ratifying an amendment to the performance agreement between Brighter USA, Inc. and the Lancaster Economic Development Corporation, LEDC, to extend the deadlines to obtain a certificate of occupancy and maintain an active operation from December 31st, 2030 to December 31st, 2032, and establish an effective date.
All right, City Manager, is this a companion item?
It is, and our Economic Development Director, Shane Shepherd, will be the liaison on this item.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council and City Manager. So this is a companion item to the last item. The difference is that this is the Economic Development Funds, the Type A funds, and there's $2 million for development costs that we would reimburse for Phase 1. Phase 2 would be $500,000 if they get to that, and another $500,000 at Phase 3. And again, this item was approved last November. They're just asking for an additional 2 years due to the tariffs. And staff recommends approval, and if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Right, Council, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, what's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve action item 11.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 11. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 12. City Secretary.
DP 25-09, discuss and consider a general development plan within the Mills Branch overlay for commercial development. The property is known as Tract 8 and is 5.446 acres out of the John M. Rollins Survey Abstract 1208, page 240, located southwest of the intersection of North Houston School Road and West Beltline Road, addressed as 2301 West Main Street, City of Lancaster, Dallas County, Texas.
All right, City Manager.
Yes, Mayor, members of council, the item before you this evening is to consider approval of a development plan for the property located at 2301 West Main Street, and it lies within the Mills Branch overlay. A portion of the overlay's requirements are that development plans come before this body as well as the Planning and Zoning Commission for approval. As noted by the City Secretary, this item is 5.446 acres in land, and it's zoned agricultural with the Mills Branch overlay in the commercial area zone subdistrict. The future land use map of the comprehensive plan does identify this site as a rural living site, so the development is not in accordance with that designation. And however, the commercial area zone subdistrict within Mills Branch does allow for retail, neighborhood services, and light industrial. However, it should be noted that staff did go back and review the minutes and the recorded meeting for when the Mills Branch overlay was adopted, noting that the City Council, when approving the ordinance, specifically requested that no light industrial warehouse type development be developed in the residential area, which this address and this property does fall within. The subject property is located in that commercial area zone, and it is the applicant is proposing to construct one 12,100 square foot building as well as two 7,500 square foot facilities for the purpose of office, flex space, and inside storage, which are allowed within the commercial area zones. The area does also include the neighborhood services. The building's features are primarily stucco with veneer facades, flat roofs, and some articulated corners. The applicant was originally proposing roll-up doors on these properties, which they were proposing to not be visible from the right-of-way. The landscaping and the design all comply with the requirements of the Mills Branch overlay. The uses, however, are in conflict with it, as well as the roll-up doors being in conflict with that. After staff notified the applicant of the conflicts inherent, and based on discussions, staff did provide options to the applicant to consider when bringing this proposal forward. And the applicant agreed to remove warehouse use, inside storage, office flex. The applicant agreed to move forward with the inside storage, office flex, but to remove the warehouse use and remove the warehouse buildings from the property. The Planning and Zoning Commission did consider this item at their December 2nd regular meeting, and the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval of this development plan with the conditions that they remove the warehouse use, and inside storage and office flex use, and they removed the roll-up doors from the building elevations. And staff would be happy to answer any questions that the council may have related to this development at that time.
All right, council, do you have any questions or comments for city manager or staff?
Mayor, I make a motion to deny item 12.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to deny action item number 12. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no.
No.
Those who abstain, say abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 13, City Secretary.
M25-32, discuss and consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a development agreement with Historic Square Properties LLC relating to a building material and landscaping for the development of the property described as Lot 1, I-5, Block 2 out of the original town of Lancaster, addressed as 150 Historic Town Square, City of Lancaster, Dallas County, Texas.
All right, City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, this item before you is for consideration of a development agreement for the property located at 150 Historic Town Square. You will recall that in September of 2019, the Texas legislature passed House Bill 2439, which does not allow cities to consider enforcement of any zones codes relating to building materials and the development of properties within the city. This item that's coming before you as a result of the city working with the developer at the property of 150 Historic Town Square. The property is zoned Historic Preservation Overlay and Downtown Design District. The future land use map of the comprehensive plan does identify this site as town center, and the use that is being proposed by the developer is consistent with the master plan and the comprehensive land use plan. This is a companion item to the zoning case Z25-16, where you have a zoning case request change to change the zoning to retail historic downtown overlay to a planned development for the property for the purpose of developing a microbrewery, a day spa, and a boutique hotel. The purpose of the development agreement is to ensure that the planned development utilizes building materials that are for these proposed buildings and design elements and landscaping standards that meet and match our downtown area. The primary exterior construction materials for the facades will consist of cast stone, concrete, stucco with metal accents. This item is being considered at a regular meeting of the council and then recommended approval as it has been presented, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
All right. Council, do you have any questions for the city manager or staff?
So I noted that there were a number of variances that would be, these will all come back and be considered individually because they were listed.
That would be a part of your zoning case, which is the next item.
Okay.
To comply with allowing for the zoning before that goes forward, the development agreement comes first, allowing to say that the developer does want to design with the building materials and the landscaping requirements that are in your codes. The zoning case, which is a companion item, is where we will discuss the variances.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? All right. What's your pleasure?
I make a motion.
To approve M25-32, item 13.
A second.
All right. There's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 13. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right. It carries. It moves us to our public hearing portion of the agenda tonight. Public hearing number 14, City Secretary.
Z25-16, conduct a public hearing, consider an ordinance to change the zoning from retail R, historic preservation overlay, historic downtown overlay to a planned development PD, historic preservation overlay, downtown district overlay with retail R uses to include a microbrewery, day spa, and a boutique hotel on the property known as Lot 1-5, Block 2, out of the original town of Lancaster, addressed as 150 Historic Town Square, City of Lancaster, Dallas County, Texas.
All right, city manager.
Yes, Mayor, members of council, this item is a companion to the previous item. This is the actual zoning case. This is for property address is 150 Historic Town Square, and the property is zoned, and the future land use map of the comprehensive plan identifies this site as town center, and the proposed use is consistent with the future land use plan. The applicant is proposing a day spa, a boutique hotel, and a microbrewery. The purpose of the plan development that the applicant is proposing is to allow for a new 3-story mixed-use building with a restaurant, microbrewery, day spa, hotel, and a rooftop lodge. Pursuant to our LDC, the applicant needed to bring forward some items. And then you will note in your agenda communication item, and we'll walk through those, that the plan development as being proposed has a few deficiencies, that some will require a variance to come back to this body for consideration before the development can occur. The plan development is deficient in meeting some of the downtown design regulations, such as lighting. They are proposing no new street lights or street lamps, and recommending or requesting to utilize the existing lights on South Henry Street and South Center Avenue. And a variance for lighting would be required because it's more than 80 feet off center. As it relates to windows, the applicant is proposing windows on the upper level, but they should not be more than 6 feet apart on the property, and all the ground level windows should be operable and inset from the building. Some of the windows are vertical bays and are spaced more than 6 feet, and they do not meet the spacing requirements in compliance with development on Town Square. The height of the property, the applicant has proposed a structure that is 36 feet and 11 inches in height. That exceeds the maximum height requirement. And so the applicant would be required to come back to get a variance because you're building a tall, big building over on the square where we require a variance of the body. The materials that were used in the historic district shall consist of masonry, brick, and as we just talked about with the state requirements, you just approved a development agreement allowing for the applicant to meet those requirements. And the variances for the masonry materials as well as some of the glazing on the windows would be necessary. On landscaping, the applicant needs to propose additional shrubs along the facades. They are required to provide 138 square feet of shrubs. But they're actually exceeding that with 427 square feet. And so they will also need to meet the full 20% of the landscaping requirements because they're attempting to meet your landscape requirements with just adding additional shrubs all in one particular area. On the dumpster, the applicant does not have a means or a process for composing or taking care of the waste that will be generated from the site. The applicant would need to come back with the variance on how they would plan to take care of a site for disposal of the materials at the property. There's no traffic impact analysis, and so this zoning case did go before a regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. On November 8th, a notice appeared in the newspaper of record, the Rambler. Staff mailed notifications of the property public hearing as required by local government code, 200 feet to residents and property owners within 200 feet of the subject site, and a zoning sign was placed on the site. There were 4 letters received in support of this petition and none received in opposition. At the August 5th, 2025 regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission, they did recommend approval as presented, noting that the applicant does need to return to council for variance requests at a future date, and staff concurs with the Planning and Zoning Commission's recommendation, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have at this time.
All right, council, do you have any questions for the city manager or staff?
Did you say they're not gonna have no dumpsters?
They would need to come back to this body. They're going to need to seek variances because they don't have a way to dispose of the waste on their property. And they want to come to the council and seek variances for other means, other alternatives for disposing of their waste.
And he talking about hotels and brewery? So what are you going to do with all this waste?
They're working through and will come back. So they don't have a solution at the moment. They're exploring different options. And so again, they have been waiting to come forward. As you note, the Planning and Zoning Commission considered this in August. But the variances, the applicant is deciding to move forward today because getting the zoning in place will allow them to be able to work with their additional partners, right, to come up with some alternatives and solutions to address the variances. And then they will bring forward each variance. We will try to package together as best as possible, but there may be multiple subsequent packages for consideration of the needed variances on the site. And the applicant is agreeable to coming back, and he is present. I was making eye contact with him, and he understands that he will have to come back to this body on those variance requests. But we are recommending the zoning and the plan in general meets the intent of your downtown plan and meets the intent of your ordinance. The variances are things that he has to work through, and then those will have to come back to the body for some future consideration. But today, sir, we don't have an answer on how we would address the waste.
Do he have an answer?
We'll work through those. He first wants to make sure he's going to get the zoning approved before he continues to invest additional resources into going down the road of those variances.
All right, any other questions?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve agenda item number 14.
Hold on, we got to open the public hearing. At this time, I will open the public hearing on this item, and I would ask the city secretary to read those that request to speak.
Okay, I have Emily Reed, 327 South Center, Lancaster, Texas.
I spoke earlier.
Okay, I have 2 forms for your husband as well.
He spoke earlier. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. I have no others.
All right, is anyone in the audience care to speak on this item? Okay.
Mr. Mayor, Byron Pendleton, 3324 Dasher Road, Lancaster, Texas, 75146. District 1, Ms. Burke. I think we're moving too fast on a lot of stuff in the city council. I don't think there's a lot of city planning and thought going into this. You have a city square, and I hear on there that said that there's no traffic, or the traffic report hadn't been done. Have y'all driven down there at 7 in the morning, at 5 at night? There's always traffic. That's usually when breweries open up around 5, 6 o'clock when they get their traffic. Why would you want to put it there? Just like city council and the city hall, you need to move that somewhere else. It doesn't need to be in our historic part. You don't need to ruin what's already beautified over there. So I totally oppose, and I totally oppose that new city hall that's going in over there also.
All right, anyone else? Anyone else care to speak on this item?
Mayor, is the applicant?
He is.
Is in the audience?
He's here. Huh?
Mr. Reuter, would you care to come down and introduce yourself here to the body and give us a quick little elevator speech about your project, please?
Sure. Brad Reuter, 304 East Redbud Lane, right around the corner. I've lived here all my life. Came here in the first grade, graduated, started as a quarterback. Anyway, the building, yeah, it's been just sitting there for 20 years. I've owned it, hadn't done anything, just waiting for the right moment. And now is the moment. Boutique hotel, restaurant down below, and a rooftop lounge. So live music on the weekends, promoting music and art, basically. My mom was deeply involved in the art council in Lancaster back in the day before the tornado, and they used to have festivals on the square at least once a year. So that's what I'm trying to do, is bring that back. So we're going to be having festivals, 2 or 3 day events quite often. Live music on the weekends always. So, and we'll be giving out scholarships to the art department and the music department of Lancaster High School as a part of this, just to say thanks to all the people back in the day that were so involved in putting on the art festival. And that's what this is all about. So in doing so, the first floor can only be so tall, the second floor, third floor. So the reason why it's a little bit taller is because the roof of the rooftop
and because of the elevator is less than 2 foot too high. So everybody wants an elevator. Who wants to climb the stairs, right? So it's handicap, all welcome. So we need an elevator. That's why it's so tall. The dumpsters, nobody else on the square has their own personal dumpster. They all share at this dumpster right here. So it's getting overpacked by the businesses now that are currently there. So I'm proposing we put a second set of dumpsters on the south side for all to share. And we'll choose the location that best fits that. I didn't know anything about City Hall till like last week, so I was proposing it here, but we can move it to there, just as long as it makes sense. But it doesn't make sense to put it on my property so everybody has to see dumpsters. You know, just like the dumpsters here. Economic Development's got that new building going up, and they're going to have people from all over the world coming to do business with Lancaster, and they have to stare at these leaking dumpsters out in front of their building. So they want it moved too, so we got to come up with an idea, and that's why the delay in the dumpsters and all that. Okay.
Any other?
Historical design, we're going to fit it right in there that it looks perfect. Got the little crowns on the top. And the reason for the windows, I'm just going to go on. The reason for the windows is the existing buildings on the square, on the sides of them, don't meet those criterias. So the guidelines that's written is incorrect. There's no way you can put that many windows and make it look good. So on a hotel room or hotel in general, there's never windows on the sides. You have windows in the front, yes, but not on the sides. So that's why I'm a little bit less on the percentages on the windows, which makes more brick. But it's going to fit right real nicely into the surroundings.
So you're willing to cooperate and implement with the staff and our ordinances that are in place to promote and move forward with your long-term vision?
Absolutely. And to go on some more, the trees. There in the guidelines it says you have to have so many trees per length and et cetera. Well, you can't put trees there because it would be rubbing against the building. It would be getting into the foundation of the building eventually, 20 years down the road. So there's enough trees on the square. We're going to do it tastefully and perfectly, and y'all will be proud of it in the end.
Well, somebody once told me there that if you're attending an event or attending an area and you have a problem finding a place to park, that's a good thing, okay? That's an attraction there. And we as council know, and it's been talked to us many times, that retail is driven by daytime population. Daytime population is traffic. I'd love to see traffic problems in this city because we can work through them. So I commend you, okay, about implementing your parents' vision, okay, in our town square, and I look forward to working with you through this process.
Thank you. Yeah, with the theater just coming online, and with all the action on the square, to put a boutique hotel there, it guarantees success. City Hall right next door, that'd be even better. So I'm for it. I'm for this new City Hall. All right, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
The variances are not called out in the caption of the ordinance. That's why if you want to consider the variances tonight, you will have to have the city attorney amend the caption of the ordinance to call out the variances, or we can bring them back, which is why I said those need to come back to you, because it's not noticed with the variances called out. This would allow you to approve the zoning, and staff could work to bring back the variances so that this body could consider those separate and apart, openly.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So the recommendation would be that this could be approved. I know that there's a draft ordinance in your items. I've made some notes here that basically what staff would recommend is that this be approved subject to any needed variances to be done at subsequent meetings, and that I'll work with staff to modify this to add that paragraph in as a new section 3, renumber section 4. So it just makes it clear that he's getting the base zoning, but any variances would have to come back before you, either individually or as a group, to complete that process.
Thank you. All right.
'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. 'All right. At this time, we will close the public hearing. Council, what's your pleasure?
Just to be clear, we're just voting on zoning tonight, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the variances will have to come back to you at a subsequent meeting.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'd like to make a motion to approve agenda item number 14.
A second.
All
But
right.
to include the variances to come back later.
Well, that's a given. It's a zoning case.
Correct. My understanding is that the motion is made to approve, subject to the variances coming back before council at a later date, as put on the record.
All right, you heard the motion. There's been a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. It carries. That moves us to public hearing item number 15. City Secretary.
Conduct a public hearing and consider a resolution approving the 2026 standards of care for the youth program operated by the City of Lancaster Parks and Recreation Department.
Okay, City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, Chapter 42 of the Human Resources Code for the state of Texas requires that any facilities or agencies that provide child care services that we are a municipal youth recreation program, are we exempted from licensing requirements, but we must adopt annually a standards of care for our youth programs, and we must conduct a public hearing. The staff did review our policy as we do annually. The staff is making a recommendation that we have modifications to our late pickup policy so that we establish a consistent late pickup policy across all of our youth programs. There was a time frame for your day camp versus the after school, et cetera. And so the staff is making a recommendation that we just across the board have a consistent late pickup time policy. The Recreational Development Corporation did review this policy and conduct a public hearing at their November 5th, 2025 special meeting. And they did recommend approval of the item as it has been presented. And staff concurs with the LRDC and will be happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Council, do you have any questions for the city manager or staff? Seeing none, I will open the public hearing on this item. We don't have anybody that filled out one, but we will open it up to the audience if you care to speak on this item. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Council, what's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve action item 15.
Second.
That's public hearing.
Yeah, public hearing item
Yes.
15.
15. All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve public hearing item number 15. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say abstain. It carries. And that moves us back into our action. Item number 16, City Secretary.
Discuss and consider a resolution approving the City of Lancaster Public Improvement District PID Advisory Board appointments.
All right.
Mayor?
Go.
Mayor?
Yes.
If I may, I'm going to recuse myself from my item number 16.
Okay.
Okay, for this.
Since there are two PIDs in this, are we able to separate them?
Yes. Nothing would prohibit us from discussing Lancaster Mills and Meadowview first,
Right.
and then coming back and discussing Rolling Meadows.
Yes.
So,
I just want to recuse myself for the Rolling Meadows part.
Right.
okay.
So do you want to take care of that one first?
We can. All right, Council, what's your pleasure?
So, Mayor, I would like to put forward the names because I understand that some of the applications that are on here, that they're current members and are not expiring. So the current members that I understand and they're listed here, Charles Smith, Stacy Jaklowski, and Christy Robinson. are all existing, but they're listed on here. So 2 additional members would be to make a nomination for Lonnie Hines and Ella Selman for the 2 additional names, also keeping Charles Smith and Stacy Jeklowski and Christy Robinson in place because their term expires next year.
And that'd be a total of 5.
Total of 5.
Will you restate those names, please?
Lonnie Hines, Jilma Selman are the applicants for the additional. The existing ones, but their names are listed here, they aren't expiring until next year. It's Charles Smith, Stacy Jeklowski, and Christy Robinson. So the 2 additional to make a total of 5 would be the Lonnie Hines and Selman.
All
Do I
right.
have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, there's been a motion and a second for action item number 16 with the additional names. Is that?
That was just for Rolling Meadows only.
Oh, that was just for Rolling Meadows? Rolling Meadows? Okay, Rolling Meadows. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries. All right.
Someone needs to go grab it.
He can. All right, just for clarity, that was for Rolling Meadows. What's the other?
Your other public improvement district, Mayor and City Council, is for the Meadowview Public Improvement District. That advisory board met on November 16th, and they considered the following nominees and requested council confirmation for Kevin Mundy, Tanya Thomas, Sonia Brown, and Harmonica Mays. And for the Lancaster Mills Public Improvement District, which is undeveloped property, the developer is the sole member of that advisory board, Mr. Charles Gosier.
So I make a motion to accept those nominations for Meadowview Public Improvement and Lancaster Mills.
I'll second that.
Right, there's a motion and a second to approve the nominees. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries. That moves us to action item number 17. City Secretary.
Discuss and consider confirmation of nomination made by the mayor for the appointment to the City of Lancaster Certain Board of Adjustments.
Council, I want to reappoint Deborah Teller, Margaret Brooks, Cherie Williams, and to the regular position, and appoint Mark Lawson to the alternate position for the ZBA. And a confirmation is needed by the council. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to confirm the mayor's appointment for the ZBA.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve action item number 17. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. It carries. All right, council, that moves us to action item number 18, City Secretary.
Discuss and consider the annual appointments to the City of Lancaster Board and Commission.
Now, council, we will address each board individually. Now, if we are reappointing a member or moving an alternate to a regular position, only a motion is needed. If there's a single nomination, a motion will also suffice. If there are multiple nominations, we will conduct a roll call vote. All right. City Secretary.
First, we'll start with the Airport Advisory Board.
I make a motion for us to reappoint the members that all confirmed that they wish to be reappointed. Does not leave us any vacancy.
I want to check on something.
There was an alternate.
With the
But
alternate.
with her new list, it shows that everyone that was just put out, that everyone wished to be reappointed.
Oh.
Yeah, the new one.
I'm looking.
They printed a new list out today for everyone. So as residents kept sending us updates, we kept updating it. So the list that we have in your agenda was from Tuesday. We heard from them after the agenda was posted. So a new one was put in your Dropbox Thursday, and then a new one was put on the dais for you.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's on there.
Yes,
It's on the dais.
on the dais.
I second.
Yeah, right here.
So we got a second.
You didn't get one? You want it?
Okay, so we're good with air.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. We good. That's all we need, right?
Yes.
We don't need no.
No, sir, that's it.
Okay.
You don't have
All
it
right.
yet. We don't have it.
Number 2. I mean, read the next one.
Second, we have the animal shelter.
Well,
I
Oh,
move
what you
to-
want to say? I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
concerning, we're still with Carol on the animal?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
I
Okay,
guess it's the animal.
To accept the ones that wanted to be reappointed and move the alternate Francesca Banks up to the vacant position.
Okay.
And in the alternate, I'd like to propose Stacy Jeklowski.
I second that.
All right. Well, it carries. Want to read the?
We
You
have
need
a motion
anything?
and we have a second.
Yeah.
So we have a motion from Councilmember Strainberg, and I didn't get the second, I'm sorry.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Pro Tem, Mitchell Cheatham.
All in favor?
Oh, all in, do I get to do that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. Do I got to go through that? Oh, okay, I would just.
Okay, next we have the Capital Advisory Committee.
I'd like to approve, accept the names that have come back with.
Second.
Okay.
All right. There's no alternate or nothing like that?
No.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. All right.
Okay, next we have Economic Development Corporation.
I make a motion to accept the two that are wanting to be reappointed.
Yes. A second.
All right. There's been a motion.
We have already did Capital Advisory Committee.
Right.
Civil service will be done at a different item in
It's for the
January.
mayor.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to keep reappoint those. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. All right. It carries.
Okay, we have HOPC.
I make a motion to reappoint the ones that want to be reappointed and fill the alternate position with Andrea Wallace.
I second that.
Right. There's been a motion and a second to keep those who reappoint those who are there. And what was her name
Andrea Wallace.
for the alternate? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. All right, it carries.
Okay, Lancaster Recreational Development Corporation.
I make a motion to approve the ones that want to be reappointed.
Appointed.
Second.
All right. There's been a motion and a second to reappoint those. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries.
Next, we have Lancaster State Auxiliary Museum Advisory Board.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the two that wanted to be renominated or remain on the board.
All right, you heard the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Can I get a second?
Aye.
Second.
Somebody second down there. Okay. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries.
And I'd like to nominate Brooke McGivey. I think that's it.
I'll second her.
No, is that,
That's the
what board is? What board?
one that we're on.
It's for the regular position or the
For the
alternate?
regular position.
Okay.
I second.
All right, you heard the motion in the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries.
And next, we have the alternate.
The alternate,
I don't want to mess up. You got somebody? Because I don't want to mess up this name. But it appears to be Asala. Asala is the first name.
The first applicant you have on your list.
The very first.
But she's in the ETJ.
Okay.
yes, in that.
Can't be done. Thanks.
Okay, we still need an alternate.
Nominate Mark Larson.
He's already been appointed.
He's already on the
He's on
ZBA.
the ZBA.
I couldn't hear y'all. What was going on?
Already nominated him for ZBA,
Oh, okay.
Which one are we on here? I'm a little,
museum.
okay. Hold on.
We're looking for an alternate.
An alternate.
Yes.
Mark.
Tamika Francis.
I'll
Tamika
second that.
Francis.
All right, Francis for the alternate.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries.
Next, we have the library board.
Library.
I move to approve all people that want to remain on the board.
I second.
All right, you heard the motion in the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries.
Next, we have the Park and Rec Advisory Board.
So we have one person who wants to remain on the board, Andrea Bowen, and so that will leave 3 vacancies, but I move to reappoint her to the board.
All right, you heard the reappointment. All in favor, say aye.
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 Did I get a
Those who-
second?
Do we need a second on that?
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
Are we
Those
ready?
who abstain, say abstain. All right, it carries.
Okay.
We need 3.
I'd like to nominate, now we're on Park and Recreation, correct?
Yes.
We have 2 regular positions and 1 alternate.
Right. I'd like to nominate Miss Glenda Snowden.
Second that.
And can we do
The other one?
both? Yeah, the other one.
I'd like to nominate Richard Wooten.
Okay.
The second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All right. You heard the motion and the
Those
second.
those are for the full times.
Right.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. All right.
Don't we still have an alternate position available?
Yes.
It's, what is it, how you pronounce that, PIA, sergeant,
Yeah. Mr. Sergeant.
for one of the alternates on the board?
Is that
Need
Mia?
but one.
Pia Surgeon.
Oh,
Sergeant.
as the alternate. I second that.
As the alternate.
Right. This is for the alternate. There's been a motion and a second.
I second it.
It's already been second. I was just going, all in favor say aye.
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 Those who oppose say no. Those who abstain say I abstain. All right, then. That moves us to, come on, we on the road here.
I know, you guys are moving faster than I'm writing. Planning and Zoning Commission, Sign Control Board, and Sign Control, and Tree Board.
Make a motion to reappoint the 3 individuals that are up for reappointment.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second for P and Z, tree ordinance.
And I'd like to move for the alternate as Johnny McLaughlin.
Second that.
Johnny McLaughlin. Okay, you second?
I second.
Okay. You heard the motion.
I liked it.
I'd like to nominate,
Oh, y'all gonna,
I'd like to nominate Kathy Cheatham. For planning and zoning.
Okay, so we have a motion,
there's been a motion,
David. So does the motion have to die, or somebody else just nominated somebody?
well, and I think, and Stanley's trying to make a nomination. So we're gonna have 3, what is that, for regular or?
So this is for the alternate? Okay.
Alternate.
So there's one name, I guess Johnny McLaughlin has been put forward but not seconded, is that
Yes.
correct?
I did
I have
second.
Stramberg, and then Gooden Davis second.
Okay, so that one's been nominated and seconded. So then there's, then put forth the name of, is it Kathy Cheatham? So
Yeah.
that's been nominated but not yet seconded?
There's not a motion for that one. It was a nomination for that one. And then I think
And then
Councilmember
Stanley, he has
another
another one.
nomination.
Okay.
No, I'll just stop right there. We have 2 then.
We got 2.
correct?
There are 2, yes.
Johnny
Okay, so we have 2.
Johnny and Kathy.
Who are the 2 again?
Johnny McLaughlin and Kathy Cheatham.
With the motion on the floor, do we just go ahead and do a roll call for the nominations, or what are we
Yeah.
doing?
There's been a motion. What was the motion? Was it
Was this for
Was it
the
just a
alternate?
nomination?
For the alternate.
This is for the alternate.
This is
Right.
The other 2 was regular, but,
Okay.
when they,
Councilmember Stramberg, what was your motion?
The motion was to nominate Johnny McLaughlin
Okay.
for alternate.
Okay, so that was just a nomination. So you're good to now conduct a roll call
Okay.
election.
for the 2.
Perfect. So Councilmember Stramberg,
McLaughlin.
Councilmember Jaglowski,
Cheatham.
Councilmember Mejia,
McLaughlin.
Mayor,
Cheatham?
Councilmember Robinson,
Cheatham.
Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Cheatham.
Cheatham.
I'm sorry, Mayor Pro Tem Cheatham.
Cheatham.
And Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Gooden Davis.
McLaughlin.
What we got?
4-3.
Kathy Cheatham.
Okay, 4-3, Kathy with Cheatham for 4.
So that's a permanent position for her?
It's an
No,
Alternate.
that's an alternate.
Yeah. Nobody declined.
All right, what's next?
Property Standards and Appeal.
So I make a motion to re-up the individuals that said they wanted to be reappointed on property standards and appeal.
There's a second,
I second that.
right? Motion and a second to reappoint. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, they in. Next,
So I nominate Johnny McLaughlin for the alternate on property standards and appeal.
We just
Second.
finished. We just
That's it.
finished him, didn't we?
No.
Yeah.
He didn't win.
win the
Oh, he
nomination.
didn't? Okay. Okay, so
Yeah,
he's
he
gonna
didn't
carry
win.
over. Gotcha.
Yeah,
A motion and a second for McLaughlin.
okay.
I didn't hear the second, I'm sorry.
Me.
Stanley. All right, you heard the motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain.
Next, we have Public Engagement Committee.
So I make a motion to re-nominate the individuals who wish to remain on the board.
reappoint.
That's 1, 2, and 3, to reappoint them to the board.
I'd like to make a nomination for Martin.
Well, yours would be
for my
separate because
vacancy.
you're filling a vacancy.
Right,
I think she wants you to do a separate motion.
okay.
Yeah.
So do I have a
go-
second for yours?
I second what she said.
All right. All in favor, say aye for the reappointments.
Aye.
Aye.
And I'd like to fill my seat.
Hold on. Those who,
Okay,
you
I'm
threw
sorry.
me off.
Okay, so what, who are you putting forward?
Those who oppose, say no.
No.
Those who abstain, say I abstain.
Okay.
All right, now, Robinson.
Mr. Martin, how you pronounce your last name?
Martin, you say?
I don't want to screw it up.
Let's see,
I can
spell it out,
yeah.
spell it out.
N-Y-G-U-Y-E-N.
Who is that?
Martin Wynn.
Win.
Okay,
Yes.
It's Will.
all right. Y'all heard,
So we have Councilmember Robinson who made the motion.
is there a second? Who
District four,
seconded?
Martin Wynn. Martin Wynn. It's Nguyen, Wynn.
When?
N-Y-G-U-Y-E-N.
Yeah, something,
Oh, I know you're talking
Kind of in the
about.
middle of the sheet.
yeah. All right, looking for a second?
Second,
All right, y'all heard.
or confirm his appointment for District 4, public engagement.
Yes, thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, they in.
Okay, we have Youth Advisory Committee.
Youth Advisory.
Nominate Smith.
Oh, a second, I'm sorry.
Okay, you go ahead.
No, you got it. I agree.
Second?
Yes, I second.
Second,
I didn't hear the name.
Monique.
Monique Smith.
Monique,
Smith.
last name?
Smith.
Smith.
There's
All
two,
right.
is there two people?
Just the one.
Just one.
Oh, just the one, okay. I see.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, she's in. That it?
Yes, sir.
All right, council, that moves us to our executive session. City Secretary.
In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, the City Council will convene an executive session to consider the following matters. 1, Section 551.071, pending, threatened, contemplated, or potential related litigation in regards to A, real property located at 1508 Dewberry Boulevard, Bel Air Place Apartment. B, sales tax audit. C, Delta Victor LLC versus City of Lancaster. D, requested annexation for 2 parcels totaling approximately 104.4 acres. E, potential contested matters involving city's Certificate of Conveniency and Necessity, CCN, before the Public Utility Commission, PUC, potential hotel tax collection litigation.
All right, council, it is now 8:58. Please meet us in the conference room. We are reconvening into open session at 9:33. David, City Attorney.
Mayor and Council, we're asking for 3 action items from Council tonight in accordance with item number 19, subsection 1. We are asking Council to approve the settlement agreement on the terms discussed in executive session and memorialized in the documents for the litigation involving 1508 Dewberry Boulevard, Bel Air Place Apartments, and authorizing city representatives, including the city manager, to sign those closing documents.
So moved.
Right. Is it a motion or is it?
Yes, there's been a motion.
Motion
I see.
and second.
Yes.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Those who abstain say I abstain. All right, it carries.
Thank you, Mayor. In the second item, staff is recommending that the firm retain the law firm of Matthews and Freeland LLP on the terms outlined in the November 21st, 2025 engagement letter to act as special counsel to represent the City of Lancaster before the Public Utility Commission in regards to any matters so assigned.
So moved.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, it carries.
And finally, Mayor and Council, in regards to the potential hotel tax collection litigation, we are asking Council to authorize litigation against the entity or entities who are delinquent to the city in hotel taxes and to file a lawsuit with all necessary actions to take to recover those hotel occupancy taxes that are delinquent to the city.
So moved.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say abstain. All right, it carries.
It's up to you if you want to announce
Okay.
it.
We can announce when we come back. Okay.
It's Jason.
About the birthday.
I will announce it.
You announce it? All right. Before we adjourn, we want to take this time to share happy birthday wishes to Councilmember Marco Mahale. I think his birthday is
You think?
December 13th.
December the 13th. Oh, this Saturday. All right, so we want to wish him a happy birthday.
Yes.
With that said, I want to say to everybody, Merry Christmas. I think this is our last meeting for this year. And so we want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And with that said, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
I second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say no. Those who abstain, say I abstain. All right, we are adjourned at 9:37. Enjoy the rest of your evening.